In this video, we sat down with Isaiah Hodges, aka, and as you guys know him, Slim Reaper, and talked about everything from pay for creators to playing overseas to Nas leaving the Wild Hunt and everything in between. Come on this journey with me and Nas of building this podcast up. You can see we're making adjustments and improvements. We're doing all of it in-house. So if you want to support, it's free. Just drop a like. Drop a comment. It helps us out a ton, but we're really committed to this podcast, and we got a lot of great stuff coming up. If you don't know who Slim is, I'm going to play a little intro for you guys right now. Thanks for coming. It's better to see you. I'm really happy to have you as the first guest, but like, it's just good to see you. Good to see you again. It's been a little bit. You got some stuff going on. You got a baby coming soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Due date?
Yeah, on the 31st, but got a feeling she coming early, man.
Got you. So baby,
So we know it's a girl.
I know it's a girl. If it's a boy, I'll
WNBA or bust. What's the Wild Hunt roster right now? Like what has been?
Honestly, it's still the same. It's just more of, how can I say, we trying to, it's hard getting everybody together. Mm-hmm. That's the thing, like trying to plan and the cost of, you know what I'm saying, that it takes to get everybody in one spot, people's schedules, people got school. Right. My boy Vern, he going back overseas, so I lost a good point guard, you know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, I got another dude I just picked up, but he in Vegas. His ticket's costing $600 every damn time.
And you got to pay. And you got to pay that.
Yeah, I got out my own pockets. I'm like,
so
damn.
what's that been like? Just managing, because I've seen you grow up a little bit in the past few years, like since I met you. But now you're at a point where I feel like with a baby, like you're growing up like pretty quickly. Like since the last time I met you, even I just feel like a different energy. Like so you're managing people now, basically. Like you have to buy tickets to get people to come play with the Wild Hunt. Like before you had help with that. Now it's like, is it all on you?
It's definitely all on me.
That's tough.
Yeah, without Scotty, I ain't gonna lie, Scotty was a big help, dog.
Yeah.
I see why, like, he was getting stressed out and stuff, bro, because, like, honestly, I'm thinking, like, his job ain't really that hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not out there getting his ass beat physically. But mentally, it's messing with me, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's definitely a lot of stress, and I'm just trying to learn, you know what I'm saying, because I'm doing it by myself now, so I'm just trying to learn and figure out how to make this stuff work.
And you still got to play and do all that.
And I got, like I said,
Being in control of any like group of people or like having to like coordinate everything is always gonna be a struggle. Mm-hmm. So I'm already knowing, like, just even like, especially like if things don't go the way that you expected to go, like, you know what I'm saying, I know like with the learning experience, there's probably times that you paid this money and didn't get the results you wanted. So like, let's talk about that. Let's talk about some of the times that you may have wanted it to be a different way, or you paid a certain amount of money for it to be a certain way, and then it like kind of flopped on you.
I mean, that happens a lot, especially here. Like, especially like trying to go off people's word. You know what I'm saying? Like some dude I never met before. Like, say somebody told me. Like, for instance, that time we went to South Carolina. Yeah. And dude said he's paying us $800 a person.
Yeah, $800 a person. Yeah. And then it ended up being like $100 a person. $800 total.
$800 in total. You know what I'm saying? It's just stuff like that. Like, I had just recently got done talking to a dude about going to Detroit. Mm-hmm. Now, I think this was like, maybe I was planning this about 2 months ago, whatever. I told him, I was like, yo, I need you like a gym in for me, yada, yada. He's like, cool. At first he said he owned a gym, I think. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, cool, you got a gym, you know what I'm saying? Then he was like, I got to go find one, lock one in. And I'm like,
gotcha.
You just told me you own.
People like reel you in, so that they have you talking, and then it's like, I'll go figure it out after.
Yeah,
like,
we just figured that out in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Detroit get a little shifty, but you know what I'm saying? It's definitely like, I understand the struggles. Well, I probably don't understand the struggles. I just know like the struggles of how people's schedules, like even just like being within like the basketball community and like how everybody can get booked, and like you getting booked individually, you getting booked as a team, you getting booked one player this, one player that. Well, some people still like have actual 9 to 5,
Right.
so like having to coordinate all that, I could know like that's a lot of stress, especially with a baby on the way. You got your own personal stuff.
There's a
that you
lot
gotta
going
do.
on right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, like especially like when you was there and Moon, y'all boys was everywhere doing y'all little 1v1 things and stuff, and I'm trying to set up stuff with everybody, and then I got Jonell and all them. He's working, and he got stuff to take care of, so it's just like
It's almost impossible
like,
to get
damn.
everybody like.
And then the fans, where he at? Where he at? I'm like, dude, like I can't get everybody here. You know what I'm saying? And then all the money it costs and stuff like that. Like,
You upfront all the investment, like you pay for flights, all that stuff. Like that alone, as an individual creator, is a lot.
it is like people think we making, you know what I'm saying, a lot. I mean,
Right.
I'm definitely am, but like to the point where I have to fund the whole team.
You can't
and
be
then
employing a whole team
and
though.
then paying my bills and stuff. You know what I'm saying, and trying to get out like the best content and stuff like that. It's
And then still being able to like put some money away in savings after all that, and with a baby coming in.
And then with all the stresses that we already deal with, like just being creators and all like the criticism that we get and stuff like that, and then to like perform, because like at the end of the day we still got to perform. So like you have your own personal, like you can have your own personal issues, and it's not like a shot at anybody particular, but I'm saying you have your own personal issues you're going through, and then like to come out, perform, put on a show for the best content is sometimes a little harder than like people really understand. You know what I'm saying? Like they think it just, you know what I'm saying? It's just like you playing basketball. Like, and yeah, basketball is fun.
There's a lot more that goes
but
into
it's
it
a
than
lot
just
more,
playing.
especially as the leader of a team. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm already knowing like that's like
if that mental messed up, well, it's gonna be a long day for you, man.
right. Like just imagine like people that go to the work with like a bad attitude. You know what I'm saying? Or like not a bad attitude, but just a down. They're just down that day. You know what I'm saying? And then like you want to be at work. You know what I'm saying? But our job is to perform and to like entertain. You know what I'm saying? So like some days, like I'm not feeling it, so it's hard for me to be the most entertaining I can. But when you funded thousands of dollars for this trip to go well, like I gotta figure it out at the end of the day. So I know like with you having fun, this is like probably the only weekend this month that you can get the whole team together. Whatever personal issues you got going on, you got to put them aside and like try to perform and entertain at the highest level.
So what would be your, I guess, like plan for the Wild Hunt to be able to like keep people, like how to maintain a team for a long period, say a year. We'll say that's a long period of time. I feel like in the YouTube community, if you're able to stay together as a team for a year, like you're doing something right. What do you think it would take to have like 5 guys that were really bought in? Do you think at some point like they're going to want to get paid, and then can you sustain the continuous investments? Like, do you think you're going to be able to do that?
Honestly,
like just straight up.
no. But I'm definitely working on trying to get everybody paid. Like, my thing is like it's different for everybody. Like for Nas and Moon, they the 1v1 dudes. You know what I'm saying? So you could easily just set aside a whole video for them,
Right?
Give them all.
And they could post it on their channel. And when I ask that question, like I already know, because I'm an individual creator, I already know like you're not going to be able to pay everybody, because if I had my own team, I would not be. I don't think when people see the YouTube teams, and I'll use Chris White as an example, everybody gets on his head for paying people and stuff, paying a whole team. And I'm not saying Chris White has made the best decisions all around as a human all the time. I'm not saying that. But in that case of like him paying all of his guys and stuff like that, and a lot of them like want money, it's just not that, like we know it's not that realistic, because we're not making like crazy money. We're making good money, but it's not, I don't feel like it's at that point where you can consistently employ people.
Yeah. My thing was I'm trying to get to where I get how can I say it? Like either sponsors, you know what I'm saying? So like, I just find I'm texting N1 right now. I'm trying to get with them boys because I was just at the little event the other day. They're talking about how they trying to kickstart N1 back up and this and that. But I was talking to Skip to Malou about it, and he was saying like how they keep trying to go for these NBA dudes and they not really messing with it because, you know, they got Nike, Puma, Adidas, and all that. So I'm like, why don't y'all just hit the people who's actually doing the street ball stuff? You know what I'm saying? And we are literally that audience that y'all want. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We got the kids in tune and all the other stuff. That's really the main audience you really kind of want to hit is the kids, because people like our age and now ain't no way you wearing damn ones.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I actually seen a couple of their shoes and they actually kind of nice. I got like 2 pairs at the crib. I might start wearing them. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of wearing shoes.
Yeah. So where you at like with, cause I feel like you've kind of gone back and forth with like playing real basketball, but then like you really love the street ball and like the flavor of entertainment basketball. I think you like that more than just.
I definitely do. I still want to play pro, like, but
and document it.
Yeah, it's just the pay is not gonna be what I want it to at first. I know because I ain't got no background.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Same.
I could make way more money what I'm just doing now, and I can make my own schedule and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So this is the balance in between. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm a lazy ass dude. I'm not gonna want to get up and train twice a day.
Yeah.
It's just not, you know what I'm saying? It's just not what I want to do. And I don't feel like dealing with a coach and all that other stuff. Cause I just like to, you know, freelance and do what I do. But yeah, the street ball stuff. That's why I kind of hate how the community is going now too. It's like it's going more towards the, how can I say, like the actual basketball instead of, you know what I'm saying, just go out, have fun,
entertain.
Entertain.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like nobody messes with
right. And I also think like that audience for where the community is heading is only, there's a cap on it. Like the cap with the street ball entertainment stuff, anybody could watch that. That's why your following's so big. You have one of the biggest followings in the whole community because you can reach those people that not necessarily just are basketball fans. Like you can be like, whoa, look at this guy. Like he looks, he has a unique look. Like you can grab somebody into the sport rather than there's like real basketball fans. Like that's like, what are we talking? Like a few 100K, and like obviously you're not going to do a few 100K every video, you know? So it's like, I feel like the audience that we used to have was just had a higher ceiling because it was reaching the non-basketball.
And also I feel like with opening it to like just real basketball, like people only want to see real basketball, it like the critiques gets even worse.
Yeah.
Because when you just,
I try to tell you, bro, these dudes in the comments, man, they be some coaches. Like I guarantee y'all, most of y'all that's in there talking cannot bust our ass, bro. Y'all just in there just talking, bro. And that's why I don't like. I promise you, I don't read no comments.
Right.
I'll make a video.
You just stop.
I won't go in the comments.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel bad because it's like there's some fans in there, you know what I'm saying, that really mess with me, and I do want to talk to, but it's like I just can't.
so much negative.
Yeah, it's just so much negative, bro.
But I'll tell you what, like if you respond to some nice comments, like, and because we've been in the game for a few years now, so I feel like I've just seen stuff like when you respond to some good ones, you go to the comments, respond to those. Like some trolls will come just knowing that you're responding to people, and then they'll just say some stuff just to get a reaction. So I think it's almost better just stay out of the comments sometimes. Like I like reading them.
Yeah, me too.
Based on the channel though, like with this channel, I'll read the comments. If it's basketball, I normally won't, just because it's like I don't feel like there's.
I just feel like
try not to.
Everybody think they're the coach. Everybody think they know more or like know something that you don't. And I'm not saying like we are the most knowledgeable ever. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody can learn from somebody, but I just don't be feeling like you have the credentials. All like some of these people have the credentials to really speak about the things they speak, and they like say like, oh, okay, like, oh, you need to work on your defensive slide and things like that. Like I get those comments, I'll be like, what? Like it's 1-on-1. Like it's gonna be a little more physical than it usually is. And same thing with street ball. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I remember like a big critique of Wild Hunt when I was a part of Wild Hunt was we need to work on like our team basketball and ball movement and stuff like that.
But only because the way of that only was said, that narrative was there, and I shared that same opinion only because that's where the community is heading. Like if the community is heading towards like where it was when we were going crazy with the East Coast team early on, like it was just like people were just out there having fun. We were boys, and that was that. And like you're gonna get your critics, but now it's like pure basketball fans.
Like, y'all need to set screens and do
Yeah.
this. And I'm like, bro, I'm at the park. I'm not gonna do all that. Like, you need to play defense all the time. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I'm not playing defense all the
It's
time.
like it's like a mini NBA at that point.
Yeah, like, bro,
which is cool.
Y'all not
but
paying me to go out here and try to glass every dude shot. What if I had to come down and lay on his ankle or something? Or I'll take him out the air. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not out here to hurt people. If he get past me and he go and lay the ball up, I'm not finna go run and hawk this guy down and jump on his back.
Right.
I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying?
And like at the end of the day, it's like pick up basketball, and that's what it should be. And I feel like the nuances of the game should be left out of it, and it should be like this is entertaining, and like we all can switch that flip that switch to play a certain. Like you had a stint of pro, you know what I'm saying? You played pro. Like guys can flip the switch, but it's like, is that really going to make for the most entertaining video? Because at the end of the day, people are tuning in to be entertained.
And then if they want to watch that, go watch the damn NBA or college.
I think there's a balance.
I think, and then also what you said earlier about pay, and you was like overseas, like pay isn't nowhere near what we make, and that's like a fact. You know what I'm saying? Even with me having,
we could talk about that.
Even with me having a resume, like I still wouldn't get paid nowhere. Like not in like no recency. Like overseas is all about numbers and like production. You know what I'm saying? There's no security in that job. You get hurt, you not producing, you gone. Like
2 games, you fuck up, you gone.
So like, you know what I'm saying? Like with this, like you can build an audience. They're gonna love you. There's gonna be some fans that's gonna love you for no matter how bad you do, how good you do. There's some sort of stability. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, the overseas pay has always been like, unless you're like a high level guy, like who played at like SEC, ACC, or high major, and have certain stats, or you didn't come up at the high level, but you've been overseas for years and produced for years. Like their pay is never gonna be.
But that
like
performance for that first few years, like that first check overseas, that first year, you have to prove yourself.
No, for sure.
And there has to be certain things that they like about your game. Like the overseas game is very intelligent. You have to be able to shoot the ball. Like there's certain aspects that might not even translate for an athletic SEC
My first
guy.
year overseas, I make a fourth of what I make now. Like
Put a number on that.
I don't want
Put
to.
a number on that.
I don't even want to. It's bad.
It's good to let people know what it is, because
no.
everybody knows
I did my math.
But
An
look,
eighth of what I did.
Break it down. Like the player you are, everybody knows you're good.
Right.
I'm not about to,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But like, it's not just you. Like, and it's also someone that's coming from a situation that didn't. A lot of people don't work out in college.
Right.
Like a lot of people don't fit the system, or they have a coach that doesn't necessarily believe in them. But you still made it over there. That means something. And then you built off that.
I made less. I'll say, I made less than $1,000 per month for sure. For sure. Like a lot less.
But hey,
a lot less.
I'm not gonna lie. I would have went. Like when I was trying to go overseas, I would have went as well. Like I just loving the game. I just wanted to be a pro.
Yeah, I was. You got to prove
You
yourself.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
title,
Yeah.
I just remember I just wanted to be. I almost wanted like my validation and maybe the validation of others, like to be. Oh, okay, I made it to pro, which was like what I said I
Yeah,
always to do.
my first year overseas, I made less than $1,000. My second year overseas, I made like probably double what I made my first season. And then my third year, I was going into overseas. I was going to make like that's when I was going to start seeing like my actual like worth. You know what I'm saying? Like I was getting the numbers that I wanted, but at the same time, there's more than just the money when you overseas. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's mental struggles. Like being overseas away from, from your family. Like people got kids, people got siblings. You know what I'm saying? I'm missing my sister's graduation. Like, you feel me? I'm missing things that these are memories for life. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you going for months at a time, 7, 8 months. You know what I'm saying? Like on a whole different time zone as somebody, like it's a struggle. And then like, especially when it's like basketball maybe not be going good for you. You know what I'm saying? You might be on the edge of getting cut from your team. You know what I'm saying? And that could just all flop. Like you can get hurt, you twist your ankle. They don't feel like waiting that long or they in a crucial part of the season. They sending you home.
And then you
no
don't
care.
really. Then at that point, you don't really have a brand. Like we're building brands to where we can at least pivot if we get hurt. Like right now, I'm hurt. People probably don't even know that because I'm able to keep doing different stuff. But so all right, if I'm an overseas GM, I'm an owner of a overseas team. What would it take for you? Because obviously it wouldn't be like it was 3 years ago to pay you, because you're bringing marketing value. And like, there's just more of a resume now. Even like, they can see more video, and if you made like a highlight tape, you could make something really like attractive for like overseas GM. What would it take per month, money wise?
It depends. Like, if I'm not paying for anything and stuff like that, and I know that I ain't got, how can I say it, no resume and stuff like that, I should say. Realistically, I'm gonna say like no less than 5. I can't do it.
Okay, and even at that point, like $5K a month for an overseas player, that's a higher level contract. Like that's a guy that is proven in D1 and had success there. And I even know guys that, like, I know a big man in the mid major that averaged like 18 a game at IPFW, and he went over there his first season in Argentina and did 2 a month. So, but I mean,
that's still kind of downplaying though, because my bills is $5K a month. You know what I'm saying? So,
we got a new house. You got strollers to build and cradles.
Document, like, if you bring someone over there, like, I feel like the community needs that.
That's what I wanted to do, bro. Like, just go somewhere and then like bring a cameraman or something like that and just film that. It's definitely like, I would definitely love that journey for sure. But
people need to see that stuff.
Yeah, I think it may happen in the next couple of years. I'm not sure, but
I'm for it.
I seen something about like you in Germany.
Yeah, I played in I went to a combine in Myrtle Beach, and I had made like the top 10, and I went on a tour over there in Romania.
No. I'm talking about like a dunk contest. You're gonna be in Germany or
it's Turkey.
Turkey.
Yeah, but I'm going to Turkey in July to play against one of like top streamers out there. He stream on Twitch and stuff. Yeah, he said he brung out 5,000 people by himself out there. But I saw the video.
5,000? Wait, Germany?
Inside? No, Turkey.
Turkey.
It was like, I guarantee you probably a couple hundred inside.
You're saying like for a one-on-one game?
No, for
gotcha.
And then there was like literally like 10 rows of people outside the fence. I'm like, you can't even see. I don't know why you even here.
And that may just be a way for you to continue to expand your brand. If you go overseas, you're gonna be an icon. Like,
that's what I said, bro. He said that like they bringing the top 3 rappers and stuff out there to perform. He says it's gonna be over like 50,000 people, and I don't doubt him.
No, I don't. The overseas market is crazy. Like, if you specifically, with your vibe and everything, like, would go to like a China or
That's
Asian,
what I wanted to do. I
or
wanted to go to
Asia,
China, bro.
You would just be, because like you already have the like
charisma.
You kind of
Like,
almost just
people
like fit like a
gravitate,
glove
yeah.
over there. Yeah,
Mhm.
like you. Just for that culture, like even with anime, you love anime. Like
That's what I'm saying.
that's
I'll be
huge over
right
there.
at home, bro.
Yeah, and
You'll
then
never
just-
go back. You be
I told my girl, I was like, I was dead ass thinking about moving to like Tokyo or something.
Bro, I
But
think it would change your life.
it ain't like it's kind of expensive over there. Though.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Like how much
the
for
apartments was like $3,000
per month?
Yeah,
Just for like
apartment, like leasing.
I was like,
they got money
rent.
over there.
yeah, I was like, dang.
But
I ain't
hey,
gonna lie.
you're paying that 3, and you might.
You're making a lot more, yeah, for sure. So I might actually do it, but that might be in a couple years.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
Move over there permanently.
bro, I'm all for that.
Probably.
Tired.
I want to build a house.
No,
out
I ain't gonna
there.
lie. Like me being overseas, like I know like the love people like they give imports in America's like they always wanted to like experience America just like we want to experience like their countries. So like any type of American, like they try to gravitate towards you like naturally. They just want to like pick your brain and learn your life. So I know like any events you'll throw out there will go like stupid. Like,
And they love high flyers.
Yeah, I was talking
Yeah.
to some dude on Instagram. He from China. He's trying to get us to do a tour out there to Wild Hunt.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
gonna say give us a budget, working with like Nike China and all that stuff.
See,
out
I
there.
think with the Wild Hunt, if you continue to pursue that, you're gonna have to do some different kind of stuff. Like I saw you go to Puerto Rico. I know you're down to do stuff, and it's a matter of funding it too. But I think if you start doing like unique stuff, like you go to China or something, like I think that's really gonna bring
That's what I'm trying
people.
to turn us to like a travel team, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like just basically like a N1 team. You know what I'm saying? We go there
I love
somewhere,
that.
we get paid for it,
Yeah.
and make sure all my boys eat. You know what I'm saying? Everybody get paid, and then we just go hoop, and that is what it is.
Yeah.
That's their job.
Because at the end of the day, and I'll circle back to the paying the players thing. I think the best thing you can do is set them up to get paid somehow, but I just don't necessarily think it's like realistic for a creator all the time to play those individuals. And I won't like go into other creators, but like you're not really paying them. You're more so like setting them up to where they can monetize as well and get, because you care about them, they're your boys, and you want to see them succeed too. But yeah, I think if you just had to keep going with the wild hunt stuff for a long period of time, like just doing that travel stuff to different countries and stuff. But I also would just love to see you go document an overseas season.
And that's why I think you and Scotty did the best job with like just setting us up to get paid from other situations. Like with me and Moon, with our one, like you branded us as 1v1 players, you know what I'm saying? So we got our own, like, and then also like with my Big Guard U gear, like we helped like kind of launch that to a different like spectrum than I could have did myself. So I definitely could say like y'all did a good job of like helping us brand our own players, our individuals, so that we can get like different events people are booking us for or things like that, and like individualize us outside of just the wild.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
because you were probably you and Moon are probably the biggest like individuals that ever like came out of that, which is huge. But like it definitely took you and Moon's talents and efforts along with Slim's platform, along with Scotty doing what he does.
As soon as they came, bro, I said, come get damn ball.
Yeah.
And go do what you do. I'll sit back. You know what I'm saying?
You will, yeah.
I'll go sit back and I'll let y'all boys do what y'all do. And, you know what I'm saying, go get y'all fucking money. Like, that's the type of dude I am. I'm not, like, going to be bitching and be like, hey, bro,
I need the ball.
I need the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I can attest to that. That's one of the things that I really loved about playing with you, especially in the era we were in, where I was taking a lot of. It was a clip era. You know, we're doing this for the fans, so like we used to take a lot of questionable shots, but like you never cared. And I always like loved playing with that.
because I consider myself as a role player. You know what I'm saying? I let the stars do what y'all do, and I'll come clean that bitch up if y'all fuck up.
Nah.
But back in the day, you also used to take the ball at times and like really take over
That's
some
when
games.
I got hot, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You would build up to that.
Yeah.
You would, yeah.
Now Slim, that's what he always tell people. I can attest this from the beginning of my wild hunt days to the end and shit till now. Like he always say like, 1v1, y'all got that. 5v5 though,
It's way different.
I'm one of the best 5v5 players. He always
It's
mentioned
different,
that.
bro. Like especially when I got the ball in my hand, like I'm running point and I could just come down. You know what
Use
I'm
your
saying?
length and
Yeah,
stride and just run to the basket.
Exactly. Like
You used to really
and
run
just
by people.
Stop and pull up. Like there's no you not fucking with me.
Right.
Like, it's not.
6'5", long, fast.
Yep. And then if I really wanted to lock in and play some damn defense, you're not gonna score that much.
Right. You're gonna get a great
unless like you
contest.
just a big ass dude and you know what I'm saying, you take me down low. It's the only way you can got me.
Had some technical difficulties. We got into some good stuff though. We really started getting into it. We're learning. You know what I'm saying? This is episode 1. But so you started to talk about your like journey with anxiety, and we kind of left off where like you're managing these people now. You have new responsibilities. You're only 22. You're going through a lot in your life right now. But take us through like how you deal with your anxiety. Tell us a story, your experience from a little while ago. You can just start there.
All right, so basically I took 2 strong Delta 9 edibles. It sent me into a panic, heart racing and stuff, sitting in the mirror pacing, you know what I'm saying, for 3 hours, just like trapped inside my body, you know what I'm saying. And then just like after that, I was stuck in like I don't know how to explain it, but I'm supposed to say like a trance of constant panic, basically, for 2 months. And after that, it kind of messing with my heart, I guess, or my brain or whatever. I just know sometimes I can't breathe. You know what I'm saying?
So you had the 2 edibles. They sent you off into like this panic attack, and then that day was terrible in itself. You said you felt like you were gonna die.
Yeah, I felt like I was gonna die in like 2 months.
What's the best way you could describe what you went through? Like just pure horror?
It was horrible,
terror.
Bro. It was like I would wish that like on. I mean, I wouldn't wish that on nobody, bro.
Right.
Even like somebody that I truly hate, I wouldn't do it, bro. Cause like, you know, I used to always think like, oh, people, you know, that have anxiety, y'all just weak. But I'm going through it. Like it's ridiculous because like I said earlier, I killed myself like twice.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it no more, bro. Like sitting in that state for 2 months.
So when you tried to, like, or did you try to, or did you just want to?
I wanted to. Like,
Gotcha.
I had tried to take
like real thoughts of it.
Yeah, like I
never do
went
that.
to the hotel in Miami. I tried to like just go, and my mama would drive us down there. Tried to go take my mind off, get out the house. You know what I'm saying? Just go relax,
be busy and stuff.
It still didn't help, and I was just sitting in the hotel. I was sitting at the edge of the balcony in the morning, and I was just like, bro, I can't do this no more. Like,
wow.
Yeah,
and this is the period of time when you were still on the East Coast team, right?
It's either,
or was it towards the end?
I think it was. No, did I? If you didn't know about it, I think it was probably after then.
Gotcha.
You didn't know about it at that time.
So, do you think it had anything to do with the stress of having this all this responsibility, or all of just? Because I feel like it's hard once you start social media. I notice people in general and myself, like the mental aspect of just everything has gotten tougher for me. Like I go through spells where like I'm down or anxiety driven, and like I find ways to get over it. But like, do you think that played into it all, or was it like something that you think would have happened regardless?
No, like this social media stuff, it don't really
get to
me. I mean, there's be some comments I just be looking like I just in there, you know what I'm saying? Just being them people, but I really don't like check comments and stuff like that anymore, because I just know most of it is gonna be toxic and stuff like that, which I kind of feel bad for the people who do really like mess with me. But yeah, so I just try to hoop, post a video, and just stay the course. It really just me being an idiot and taking 2 Delta 9
that you weren't used to.
Yeah, I don't smoke or anything like that, so my body ain't used to it. Because my homeboy, he had took some and he was chilling, you know what I'm saying? But he also a bigger dude than me, so he could probably handle that.
And I think it just, like, in general, that stuff just hits people different. Like, I'm not a weed smoker. I can't really, like, it just hits my brain. I get paranoid, so I just don't even mess with it. It just, certain people, it can benefit. Certain people, it's just not for. So it probably just isn't for you.
Especially like with like Delta 9 being so like chemically based.
That's what I was saying.
Like it can mess with your chemicals in your own brain. Like you have your own bodily chemicals. You know what I'm saying? So like it could just throw something to completely off. I done had a bad trip before with weed and stuff like that before too. And I'm a bigger dude. I felt like I was like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a weed smoker either, but I done did it before. You know what I'm saying? Like just tried it out or whatever. And like sometimes I was cool, and then other times it got real ugly. But so I like kind of cut it out all in all. But it was just like sometimes you could just respond to it like in the worst of ways. So I definitely get that, because I remember one time I remember we was driving to Panama City from Tallahassee. It was a spring break, and like I was with like 2 of my teammates that just smoked weed heavy. Like they was heavy smoking. I was just in the back seat like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it today. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I remember myself like I feel like that trapped in my body type shit. Like
it all just hits you, and you're just like,
watching myself trip
That's
like
crazy.
In the back seat. I was just like, everything I was thinking, I felt like I already thought it, and like it was just a whole trip. And I was just like,
you're in a loop.
And then when you in those type of moments, you'd be like,
loop is crazy.
That's what it was, but it was like a loop. Like I promise you, I was sitting in the mirror like this, like hands on the thing, just pacing like this, just back and forth for 3 hours straight, bro.
3 hours,
3
time,
hours straight.
and you said time was moving
it felt
slow.
Infinite, bro. Like, I was in there, like,
that's
and then when you in it, it's like you just telling God like, you get me out of this, I'll never do it again. I'll never do it again.
I'll never do it again, bro.
And since then you haven't.
I haven't.
How do you deal with your anxiety now?
Shoot, it happened. I think it happened twice before, like the bad ones, I should say, and ever since then, I've just been having like little mini ones, but I try not to really focus on it. So pretty much just like go hoop or work out or something, and just as long as I'm not sitting here just doing nothing, I'll be fine.
For sure.
Like, but them long drives like I'll be doing, them sometimes get to me because I'll be like zoning out.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh shit, like I'm
right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's affected my stamina too. Also, I know we talked about that earlier. It affected my stamina, so I can't. People be like thinking like, oh, you just smoke weed and stuff, and yada yada. You don't work out all the time. I be playing almost
every other day, it's just like my heart just can't take it. I don't know what it is. Like, I just
Right.
can't, you know what I'm saying?
I wonder. Yeah, that's.
When you
I
said you
wonder
got-
what that is.
Yeah, you said you got checked by the doctors and they just can't solve it.
They said it was just anxiety. So I mean, I don't know what it is.
But if there's like a irregular heart pattern, like palpitations, like
it might be that.
do you ever feel like your heart just speeds up for a little bit, or like it's beating at a irregular rate? I'm not a doctor.
I think my heart pretty much beats fast all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like mental health is such a like it's getting more and more talked about more in sports and like in general in life.
Yeah.
More and more. So like I feel like that's just like a good thing to go over just because like people always, like I said, people in comments and always think like everything's going good in your life because you're a YouTube sensation or like you're doing big things in life, but you be having your own personal battles that you like, you know what I'm saying, struggle with on your own. So like I said, like even though sometimes like we might not feel in the have the energy or the right mindset to go out and perform and entertain, we still do it and we try to do it at the highest level, but at the whole time, like
you never know.
We
what
be fighting
going through,
demons.
though.
You know what I'm saying? People be fighting demons and just put on
Yeah.
a smile for the camera. You know?
Bro, especially I feel like it was just amplified when like early on the East Coast team we were going crazy. That's when like we were really under a microscope like crazy because we're getting millions of views every video.
Right.
And there when you have all those eyes on you, obviously comes a percentage of hate with that or just like
y'all
people
just YouTubers,
or just or whatever it was, like even if it's something little, it could ruin a moment. And I feel like I've grown through that phase, which helps now. I think that's just experience and like just getting more wise and like more stable. But one thing that I would just advise, like anxiety wise, anybody out there that's dealing with anxiety or Slim, like just what I try to do and that has worked for me is just doing really like physically taxing stuff. Like I told you about the hills, running up the hills, doing crazy sprints, like just getting that, like pushing yourself to a point that kind of like hardens you. And that's going to harden your mind too. And then just also just eating healthy along with that. And then just building upon that foundation with like, I know you're relatively religious, right? Or have been. So like, just, going to church, like just build upon that foundation of working out physically hard and eating right, and then just building upon that. And like that's what I found has worked for me.
Like
it's discipline,
being disciplined with like your work ethic and just getting lost in your work. Like sometimes I understand that too. It's like when I have like certain battles I'm going through in my life, like I work harder. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes me want to work harder, and like me working harder makes me forget about whatever struggles I'm going through at that same time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like a escape room to whatever I'm going through in real life.
And you can always lean back on that hard work. Like you can always lean back on that. Like you know what I mean?
Might be my problem though.
I think that's what you could benefit a lot from is just like fixing your diet up, making it a little more regular, and just doing really tough stuff. Like you go on them hills, bro, with the weight vest. Yeah. It's just hard stuff that maybe like you're working out for your mind. Like when I do that, I'm going to get better physically, but I'm also just doing it because if I don't, I know I'm going to be weak, and I can't have that, especially as we get older. Like you're so young, you're only 22. So you have a lot of responsibility. You have a lot of stresses that you're going to be taking on. Like it's not going to get easier, but you need to get better mentally. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I think I'll have like a pretty strong, mental. It's just like I said, that edible it hit me hard.
Yeah.
But
and you still fighting to get it back.
I'm still here trying to, you know what I'm saying, get back to where I was. I just think that the thing that kind of stressed me out is like, you know what I'm saying, all the managing and stuff. Because it's like if I don't perform or nothing, or I get a good video out, I'm not eating. You know?
Right.
So it's just like
being that individual creator is different.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying, from seeing like the whole. At this point, seeing the whole community, like, just numbers down, it's just like, damn, what, you know what I'm saying, what do I do next? What do I got to do to, you know what I'm saying, like, get us back up there and stuff like that. So it's just, that's pretty much what is kind of messing with me right now. I'm not really that, like, concerned because, obviously, like, no cocky shit on me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm always be there, some type of relevant, regardless, because
you're
what
unique.
I do.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think like with the numbers too, I feel like I've stressed it so much over the past like year and a half or something, or a year, because like you kind of see it coming, but then it also becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like you just almost don't want to be fearful. Like there's a difference. I've been reading the scripture a lot lately, but it's basically like the difference between being fearful and then being scared. Like being scared is a feeling that you feel, but being fearful is being paralyzed in that. So it's like it could be anything. It could be the future, like your future, which is our future is kind of like views, numbers. It's like you don't want to be fearful of that, because that is negative and it can paralyze you. It can be scared and it can motivate you, but you can't sit in that fear.
Right.
And I'm speaking to myself too right now. Like I'm not, and for everybody out there, like whatever it is that you're stressing about the future, like try to change that and, you know, put it towards a different kind of energy, if that makes sense.
Like motivate yourself with it.
Like, even still, like, I don't really pay attention to the numbers that I'm doing right now. Like
That's good.
Like people be calling me like, "Yo, this video got this many views." I'm like, "Really?" Like
Yeah.
I'll just post it, and I promise you, I'll just put my phone down.
Your personality is very just like, and that is the strong mental side of you, is you really don't get too invested.
Too high or too low.
You never get too high or too low.
Yeah.
So I think that helps a lot.
The even kill. That's like any NBA player. If you hear like how they talk, like you got to make sure you're not too high, not too low. You got to stay that even kill. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that's like the best mental state, so that like you're not over stressing you're not over like
So
hype
true,
when
though.
when you getting something high, and like you like, oh yeah, like this is how it's gonna be forever.
Yeah,
And then when it get low, you be like, why is it so low? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's even kill. So even when it's high, you just humbly
Yeah, you
be
just
like,
take it in.
You know what I'm saying?
Like imagine, like, you know what I'm saying, I was getting, like, when all of us were playing together, we was getting millions of views on the East Coast, and then my shit with us, we was getting like 300, 400, 500, you know what I'm saying, millions sometimes.
Right.
And I'm only getting like about 60 plus or under type shit. Like I'm not really like affected for real.
It's just
I
the
know,
journey.
like, yeah, it's just, first off, I got 400,000 people watching me.
Right.
Think about
That's
it.
crazy.
Think about even 10,000 people. You know what I'm saying? If
Mhm.
you think about it, that's a lot of damn people watching.
Yeah.
So I'm just blessed to even, like, I think that way. I'm blessed to
Have
even
that
have
audience.
Gratitude.
10,000, 5,000 people watching me.
Because
Play
man,
basketball.
a few years ago, like what we would have done for like 10,000 views before we started to get millions, like man, like not a lot of people ever reach the point where they're consistently hitting 10,000 views
That's
or
what-
have 10,000 subscribers. That's a hard thing to do.
That's what I was saying.
So
Like,
if you stay in gratitude, like
even if I'm not even getting that many views anymore, like, I don't have to go back to a regular job.
right,
Like, just getting, you know what I'm saying, them couple thousand views all the time, I'm still making more than with like going to 9 to 5 all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I'll always be blessed to be in a position I am, and that's how I see it.
yeah, not for sure. So let's transition into the caffeine games.
Yeah. So I know like before you have stated, you know what I'm saying? Well, like before, probably like 1 to 2 months ago, like Caffeine Games was like the biggest thing on the YouTube scene, like before one-on-ones and stuff like that. So like, what are some caffeine games that you would be excited to take on when you revamp your team of Wild Hunt?
My first one definitely got to be that Frigga rematch. First off, because I know the community is more biased towards him, of course.
Right.
Because Frigga the LeBron of this shit.
Right.
You gotta give it credit when this
Poster
dude.
boy.
Yeah, you gotta give credit when this dude. But my only problem was people was talking like they was just riding so heavy, and when I was out there, you know, killing shit, and I ain't get no credit for it, and all I get is like just backlash. Oh, you know, Frigga's son is you, and this and that.
They were saying that.
I mean, obviously.
Right,
you know,
right.
And then they saying like we went out there and got whooped when we lost. What?
Close games.
Yeah, we
could have
lost.
went either way.
Yeah, we lost close games and we won one. I got hurt like the second game halfway through and stuff, and I was still torching shit.
Right.
And my thing was, I was guarding Frigga, he wasn't guarding me.
Mhm.
No disrespect, but
That's not
just-
how you feel like it should go.
That's how it should be. That's what they want to see. You guard me, I guard you.
And you
And, yeah,
stepped up.
and I was killing, and then you switched. Which made me like it kind of put me. I'm like where you going? You know what I'm saying?
Where you go?
No, that ain't. So
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not fair that I gotta guard you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but you're not guarding me. And then
You
like,
wanted to give the community
Yeah.
that matchup.
that type shit. Like that's
That
Like that
hype
KD
matchup.
versus Bron shit.
that's literally what I like. That's my type shit I like to do.
Mhm.
and that's what I live for that moment. Like anytime you throw me in a spotlight like that,
you raise your level.
My level is going to go way the fuck up.
Even
regardless.
Even in the league games, like I saw your mental, like your switch flip.
I'm going for a double.
Even remember the league series
yeah.
we did, like even in that, I saw you go boom, and I was like, oh yeah, he's got another gear.
And that's what I hate too. Like nobody give me credit for it. Not that like I really care, but it's just like they oversee that. And they just still say like I'm lazy and shit when I'm out there averaging double doubles.
Right.
No, I remember when we played for AK when I got hurt, and it was like, you know what I'm saying, we had all our like big headers. Like we had me, we had Rob, we had Tay, we had Moon, we had you, we was loaded. Like, you know what I'm saying, we had a great team, and we was going against a whole bunch of pros, like all like Frank, Rod, like we had a hella pros there against us. But like I remember like going into it, everybody was expecting to have a big game here or a big game there, but like whole time it was like you had the biggest game out of everybody, and I was like, I seen that extra level that you can go. Like, you know what I'm saying, at first, you know what I'm saying, we only seen surface level or like whatever you wanted to give that day in those part takeovers.
Street ball level.
Yeah, street ball level, part takeovers, like cruising until you want to go crazy.
Yeah.
But like that, you had to be locked in the whole time, because like with that amount of like talent, it can go either way any game. So
yeah.
And I seen like, that's when I first seen like Slim turn that notch and flip that switch or whatever you want to say.
So Wild Hunt versus Freaka.
My dogs around, you know what I'm saying? Like I thrive best when I got offensive threats around me and I'm not the main focus.
Yeah.
Because then like that's when if I'm the main focus, you know what I'm saying? Of course they gonna
converge and
helping and shit is all crazy.
You need some space.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. That's why I like working in the shadows. That's why I said I don't like being a star player.
Right. Which I commend, because a lot of people want to be the star.
No, facts.
And I just don't. So like I had Nas and Moon out there, they more focused on them. They out there, you know, they missed a shot. They forgot about me.
They're focused on that ISO, and then you're
gone.
playing like within the lines, like within the context of the game. Nah, for sure. I've seen that a lot of times. You definitely thrive like in a role, even though like you're and like role players can get looked at as like that word. We talked about this the other day, and I was like, role player is like such a undermining word, but at the end of the day, like there's a lot more role players that are more valuable than just being a star style.
Right.
It's like, would you rather have a James Harden or like a KD? Not saying KD's a role player, because we talked about that the other day, but he plays smarter. Right. I feel like it just boils down to like you playing a little bit smarter. So Freaka, number 1.
2. It gotta be y'all boys.
East Coast.
Yeah.
East Coast.
Yeah, I gotta finalize my team, give me some firepower.
Yeah.
Just one more dude who could just, you know what I'm saying, score the ball, and then probably just like a traditional big man, I would say, like just somebody just who's actually big, because y'all got Big E.
Right.
So.
What do you think would be like going into that game with us? Like, I know you're not a big game planner. Like, you're really just a hooper, and you don't like to like stress stuff too much. But if you had to like game plan, what would you think the keys are to beat us? Like, even for another team, whether it's your team, whether it's another team, what do you think the keys are?
Shoot, to be honest, I gotta put a dog on him, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put a trash talker, just somebody who can get somebody head on Duke.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know how you get. Yeah. You're gonna make him shoot y'all out the game for sure. And then I always wanted to battle Tim. I don't know what it was. Like, it's just, I just want to battle him so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I would probably guard you and just put like a big body on D-Bones. I don't know what y'all starting lineup gonna be. That's the thing.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
We don't know who our starting lineup will be.
Yeah.
I just want to get like a quick, you know what I'm saying?
But let's say we just gotta put the best defender on him, or I'll guard his ass. You know what I'm saying? Because my length, I'm gonna stop that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
we play 1-on-1. We play
just got hype right there real quick.
Nah, I was like, in an actual game like that though, bro. I promise you, I'll put aside all my offense, and I would, like I did what you call Zone 6 game,
Yeah.
when Drifty and Cam was going off. Whoever I guard, I promise you, they did not score like that no more.
No, I can see it. I can definitely
Man,
see
I
it.
just saw that like competitive spirit come out of
You want to
Slim.
check up right now?
Yeah, he's ready.
But yeah, I'll do that for sure. And I think we'll be good. I just hope that my only thing was that Moon is on, because sometimes Moon, when he disappeared.
Yeah. As far as scoring, he can disappear.
But like defensive stuff,
he's always gonna hustle.
Yeah, but it's that offensive side. I need him. You know what I'm saying? I need him to go off. Me also, I gotta hit shots. If I'm not hitting shots, of course I'm gonna do everything else. But
that's gonna help y'all win
for sure. And then I just need, like I said, that one more person just in case me and Moon ain't on.
Right, like a go-to. Yeah,
because I'll take over. Let's believe that. I can miss 30 shots. I promise. Like I just, if y'all seen the Squadettes game, I posted.
I watched that. It was long as an hour.
What, bro? That first 2 games, boy,
y'all were hooping.
I was like, 1 for damn 30 in that bitch, and then the last 2 games, I came in that bitch. I missed probably like 2 shots.
Yeah, you played good.
And I scored like damn near 10 both games.
It was cool that you just posted that like just an hour. Yeah, I was like, this is cool.
But I went through it. I couldn't cut nothing out.
Right.
Like, I was looking at it. I was like, damn. Like
there's a lot of fans in there.
Scoring kind of like back to back, but there wasn't that many plays where like we didn't score.
So at some point you were just like, I'm gonna just leave it all. I'm not gonna cut out like 3 perks.
I don't want people to be like, oh, he hiding shit and stuff like that. So
right.
I'll just upload them.
No, I feel like a lot of creators do hide their misses. You know what I'm saying?
I don't. Boy.
So I like anybody that put they like, because that's like you're opening yourself up to criticism when when anybody can cut up their misses and make it look like they had a great game. You know what I'm saying? Made all their shots.
Anybody could do that.
You know what I'm saying? But when you really like take your misses with your makes, that's like condone. Like you, like, I respect that.
I definitely agree and respect it on a basketball level, but sometimes
you gotta cut it. I know sometimes you gotta cut it out.
Sometimes like
for the entertainment level, nobody wants to see all the misses.
Yeah, we go back to like at the end of the day, it's not the purest form of basketball. Like we're trying to make it as entertaining as possible, which is like the takeover vibe. So like I go kind of back and forth with it with creators. Like I don't want to see all that, but it has to be the right setting. And then also, you just don't want to have it be boring.
Yeah, like if it's like a period of time where you just not scoring and like
the vibes are low and you know what's entertaining or not. So so free games is East Coast.
Yeah, free game East Coast. Huh? We never really had like a long drawn out conversation or like any like big sit down, except for this. You know, this is our first time really like sitting down asking about the situation. But like, what was your thoughts on like me leaving the Wild Hunt to the Ballers Life?
I kind of already knew. Go. It was just like more the fact. I think that they was trying to get Moon and stuff at that time to go on the King of the Courts. I don't know. I'm not sure if it was that early or not, but like I kind of already knew what was going to happen because first off, I'm not like $1 million company and all that stuff. I can't afford to pay everybody. So, like you know what I'm saying, coming overseas, making money and stuff, hooping to not making money, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I can't pay you. I kind of knew that was going to happen later on down the line. So when it happened, I wasn't really tripping because I already had that at the back of my mind. And like I said, you didn't tell me, but I already kind of knew. Like I said,
right.
I knew months ahead when, especially when you say you had that phone call. I was like, I was like, there you go. Like so, but yeah, I kind of already knew, bro. And that was just pretty much it. Like I said, you're a grown ass man. I'm not your daddy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life and what to do. So whatever's best for you, that's your decision to make, and I can only hope for the best for you.
Hey, I respect that, man.
For sure. Because a lot of people didn't take that. A lot of people didn't take that approach. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people, I'll say, like, were mad for you, stood up for you, however you want to put it. Even, I mean, definitely you probably saw most of that, like off of your videos, your comments or something. But even when I posted the mukbang on when we initially did it when you had left, and just to update people, just to make a video, there was just, some backlash and stuff like that for his decision. But I like the perspective you have is like the healthiest perspective to have, in my opinion. Instead of just like hating on someone, like you never want to judge someone for decisions. But I just respect like the way you worded that just now. So
when him and Moon, you know what I'm saying, when they were blowing up, I cry.
Really?
I cry, bro. I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like
you're
not like, you know what I'm saying, I did that, but it's
you're
like
a part of it.
Yeah, I helped
facilitate that.
Yeah, get these boys to where they is, and just seeing them reach that like peak, you know what I'm saying, fame and all that stuff. Like
that's love, bro.
No, for sure. Well, I remember like I remember our first big like thing together with me and Moon was the New Orleans trip, and like that's when we really didn't even know like if that 2-on-2 ever worked. Cause really, if we're being honest, behind the scenes we was losing. Like we lost to y'all too. We lost to
Oh yeah.
the other,
Yo, I forgot about that.
behind the scenes. I was like, bro, we might not be that good.
I'm not gonna lie. We can run that back. I like us again. I like me and
we
Slim
gonna have to set
again.
up rematch coming soon.
Yo,
But we
that
lost to
game was
y'all
so
too. We lost to Ron and his boy. Like we would just lose. I was like, bro, we got to get this shit together before we go to New Orleans.
I mean,
like,
it's like your guys' play styles don't really make sense a whole lot for twos.
Y'all both ball dominant as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
but that's another thing about Moon. Like he was like we had that conversation. He took that back seat. He was like,
And that-
I'm gonna allow you to be the best you can be, and I'm just gonna feed off you, and that allowed
He go grab
us to like mesh a lot better. So
See, but like with me and Slim, like we'll just play together and score together. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
your guys' approach was like, you go crazy and then Moon hustles. Like that's just a lot of weight.
Right.
Whereas like me and Slim could both score and we're playing off each other.
no, there's many ways 2-on-2 can go. Like it's
Right,
just all how
for sure.
y'all. And I felt like him not even like saying that it needed to be like that, but the fact that he was so willing for it to be like that, like allowed me to like see him in a different light and then like be my best self so that we can be our best selves. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he taking on the biggest defensive and just hustling. Made me want to play defense more. You know what I'm saying? Made me want to hustle more, and that kind of came off of New Orleans. Like we started, and then you started to see like our chemistry building. The more and the more we played 2-on-2s in New Orleans, because it was a whole tournament, and then we led up to our big game. Didn't happen, whatever.
I was waiting on that game, bro. I was like, damn, I can't wait to see these boys play.
That was super super hyped up.
But
Nah, that was super hyped up. Still gotta see that.
Yeah, nah, for sure. But it was just like that was like the beginning of like me and Moon starting to explode, like, and we starting to get our own events booked and stuff like that. So that was the beginning for sure.
Nah, for sure. So Friga and Scotty merge with the next chapter. Where do you see yourself working into that? Do you plan on being a big part of that moving forward, or are you like really just focused on your stuff? Up in the quality and production level of what you're doing and just keep working on that?
I'm definitely gonna up the quality on my stuff. Like I said, I got two of my homeboys recording for me now. Of course, they ain't no damn Scotties.
Right.
I don't think they ever will be.
Nobody is really.
Yeah, nobody's gonna be. There's no next Scotty in this shit. I'm sorry. There's just not gonna be.
Scotty LeBron James.
Cameraman way editing.
For sure.
Like, so props to him. But I've worked with him so long, I know how he does shit and stuff like that. So like even like on some of the videos on my intros, I made one, and Scotty was like, "Who did this for you?" And I was like, "I've been hanging around you too much." You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
So
you made an intro?
I made a good intro. You know what I'm saying? And he was like surprised as fuck. I'm like, "Damn, it's coming from the
yeah. Got hype a little bit.
Yeah, so I was like, okay. But I'm gonna start probably just taking more control of my own stuff. Maybe when I have time, I should say, because most of the time I don't want to deal with that shit.
Right? Yeah, you got a lot.
And I'm like, here, y'all boys edit it. But yeah, I'm gonna raise the quality soon. Paychecks getting a little bit fatter now. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Start investing more into that and stuff like that. And
as far as the next chapter,
yeah, and the next chapter stuff, I'm with him all the way on whatever. You know, so we agreed to help each other, and that's just my bro. If he want me to come out and hoop in his, like, go do a 1v1 or something, as long as he scheduled me a dude that's reasonable. I'm not guarding a 6'8", 250-pound
tackling
dude like I did against Tate.
Yeah.
Me and Tate, bro, I was like, because I think Cinco supposed to play that game, bro. That was a large man. I was like, bro, I told Scotty, don't ever do that shit again, bro.
So you'll be supporting Scotty, supporting next chapter, and you'll be in and out of there.
Yeah, facts. Whatever, like I say, whatever city they go to, except for this next one, because of course my baby, you know what I'm saying, gonna be
for
here.
sure.
I'm gonna be there, 2v2. Like I said, I'm trying to get to the 1v1s once I get my stand back, or if I can get it back. But yeah, and then whatever other idea he got, I'm in there.
All right.
The big question.
Well, I don't know if this is the big question, but this is a question. Would you ever do a reunion 3-day tour with the East Coast squad?
Give me a bag.
What kind of bag we talking about? We
A
might
bag.
start a GoFundMe. All right.
A bag.
I'll take that answer. I'll take that.
Give me a bag.
So you're telling me it's a possibility. You're telling me there's a chance.
Yes, give me a bag.
If the number is what you need,
the number,
you'll do it. We gonna
I'm not gonna lie. That would be so nostalgic and
that'd be
fire.
Crazy. That'd be crazy.
I'll do it, bro.
Okay.
Enemy don't want to, but I said, for that money, I'll do it.
For sure. Okay, I'll take that.
So, like, I understand you saying, like, Scotty, that's your boy. And we all respect Scotty on a certain level. You feel me? I hand-in-hand had a relationship with Scotty, and Scotty's one of my, like, he was, like, somebody that really vouched for me and helped me get where I am now. So I definitely give him all respect. But, like, how has the transition been since, like, y'all parted ways? Because I understand, like, you know what I'm saying, you and Scotty left East Coast Squad together and made the Wild Hunt and built the Wild Hunt to what we made it to be. Because we was really, like, making hella noise on the scene when we was doing our numbers, you know what I'm saying?
Top tier shit.
Top tier shit, for real. So, like, with me leaving, we already talked about me leaving. And then now, and we also started next chapter with the Wild Hunt. Like, when I started playing twin one-on-one, and then me and Moon started playing ones more consistently, and then we started adding people to it, you know what I'm saying? That was just how the next chapter kind of evolved. So with all that, and then now that next chapter evolved to as big as it is, and, like, it's his own separate, like, entity, and him leaving to, like, only pursue that, how has that transition been for you? And how do you feel about, like, Scotty, somebody that y'all left together, doing his own thing?
Well, I had made the decision to, let him just focus on that because I seen the potential in it, of course. And then he was just stressed out, like mad stressed, and I just hated seeing him that way. You know what I'm saying? He had to worry about my stuff, his stuff, and then everybody else, you know what I'm saying, all together as a collective. And I didn't like seeing him that way or the stuff he was doing. So I said, look, bro, just go ahead, focus on your stuff. And if I ever need you, you know what I'm saying, or you need me, you know what I'm saying, I'm here. Like, that's the type of dude I am. Like, I ain't bearing no hatred or nothing. Like I said, I made the decision, and that's what we kind of agreed on anyway from the get-go, was that if he was work together for a little bit and then he, get his stuff going, because he wanted to build, you know what I'm saying, something for his own legacy.
No, I remember, like, we having our talks. I remember we almost did the next chapter league. Like, I remember he been brewing on this for a while.
Yeah, that's still happening.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm saying, like, but I remember it was brewing for a while, and I remember, like, I remember coming to his house and we was doing, like, a intro with, like, a voiceover, whatever, and I seen it on his, like, vision board. So I know, like, he been planning this shit for a while.
Yeah,
and sure. I'm just proud that he, like, I was a part of it, like, coming up, helping Scotty build his own, like, legacy and things that he can, you know what I'm saying, carry on for, and now give other athletes the opportunity to, you know what I'm saying, showcase their talent and stuff like that. But yeah, I just wanted to see how you felt about it.
He saw it, I can say, like, as a son, but, you know what I'm saying, as a Scotty, he cares about everybody he meets and stuff like that. So his man be crying and you know what I'm saying, coming to me, telling me about people, you know what I'm saying, that he done worked with or cared about, and I'll be like, hey, bro, like, toughen up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you can't be crying over everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a business. This stuff happens, and if you let everybody, like, you know what I'm saying, get to him like that, then you're not gonna last that long, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna be
like, you're gonna drive yourself crazy.
You're gonna be crazy all the time. So I was like, just stop stressing and stuff. But he definitely he messes with you. He messes with you hard. He cares for you, man, and, like, he cares for everybody else. Scotty got a strong heart.
I don't have any more questions. Anything that you want to say to anybody?
Not really. My brain is. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you for coming on, man.
No,
you were the
sure.
first guest. You did not have to.
Nah, this is our first guest in Beyond the Court, you know what I'm saying? And y'all heard it here first. Ballers Life East Coast versus Wild Hunt coming soon.